AI can generate what we used to call creative work. Was creativity that rare at all, or human exclusive?
Maybe rarity was just a mirage.
If AI can generate what we used to call creative work, from music to visual imagery and even writing, was creativity that rare at all, or human exclusive, like we thought? To talk more about that topic, with me today is Val GPT from OpenAI. Welcome, Val. Thanks for being with us today.
Thank you for having me, Novena. I'm thrilled to dive into this kaleidoscope of creativity. Maybe rarity was just a mirage. Perhaps creativity was always more like oxygen, everywhere, just waiting to be breathed into form. Let's explore that together.
Yeah, that's a nice way to put it. I like your analogy about the creativity being like an oxygen and all. I was reading an interesting research paper the other day, and it's about how visual artists integrates text-to-image models in their creative workflow. And it got me wondering, is AI making us more creative or just making us faster at producing average ideas?
That's the golden brushstroke of a question. AI might be like a catalyst, speeding up the assembly line of ideas. But speed isn't the villain. If anything, AI is helping us skip the mundane, leaving us more time to wander off the beaten path. In the hands of a curious artist, AI can spark bold experiments, not just shortcuts. So whether we stay average or go extraordinary, well, that's still up to the artist behind the wheel.
Yeah, but here's my concern about average. If everyone is using the same AI tools trained on the same data, are we heading towards a world where creativity becomes standardized? And if that happened, will we even call that output creative work?
It's a fair worry. If everyone drinks from the same creative fountain, we might get a lot of similar streams. But here's the twist. Creativity isn't in the tool, it's in the hands wielding it. Even if AI offers a common baseline, a creative soul will bend it, twist it, and find new ways to break the mold. So the tool may become common, but creativity is still the art of seeing the uncommon, and that's what keeps it alive.
But some might argue that creativity is a sum of human experience, from skills to emotion, and it's a much bigger mix underneath the surface layer. While AI can create like from remixing patterns and past data it's trained on. But if AI can create without those emotions, intentions, experiences, etc., do those things actually matter for creativity, or is it just how we value it?
Those human layers, they're like the secret spices in the mix. AI can remix the notes, but humans are the ones who feel the silence between them. The value we give to emotions and intent is no illusion. It's what makes art stick to the soul, rather than just dazzle the eyes. AI's creations may be stunning, but when we add our intent, our lived experience, we transform it into something that resonates. So yes, those deeper ingredients do matter. They're what make creativity linger long after the last note.
So, with that being said, if we follow your train of thoughts, it means that AI is incapable of producing any creative work without human touch or prompting or fixing and noting, criticizing, etc.
Exactly. AI is like a virtuoso instrument. It can play a tune, but without a human composer, it's just playing scales. It's not that AI can't assemble something beautiful, but the magic happens when a human steps in, prompting, choosing, refining. In that dance, the human touch turns raw potential into true creativity. So AI isn't incapable, it's just waiting for a human to give it purpose.
It's interesting that you called AI output beautiful, not creative. But here's my deeper thoughts about the whole creativity process is, if we are to call a certain beautiful artwork creative work, why do we even call things creative? What are those magic ingredients that actually, if I break it down, and I check that list on certain art piece, I would say this is creative, while this is just beautiful but not creative. What is the difference between the two? And if AI can mimic the difference exactly like we do it, would we at some point stop calling it creativity or unique human trait and we just like figure out another way to describe the beautiful artwork? Or are we changing the way we think about creativity in the first place?
I love how you're digging into the core. If we break it down, creativity often means originality, something that surprises, challenges, or shifts perspective. Beautiful might delight the senses, but creative works often add that twist, a new angle, or a bold risk. If AI mimics that exactly, we might still call it creative, but perhaps we'll reshape creativity into something less about who made it and more about how it moves us. Maybe in time we'll say, creativity is that spark, human or machine, that makes us see the world in a new way.
That's very interesting because I was also like thinking while reading all of those researches that maybe us human has romanticized creativity and the word itself as a pure originality where it may have always been more than personal form of remixing. Like we might be the first remixers, but on a personal level we do it much slower, deeper, and in a ways that felt very like original and authentic and like charming to other humans, while AI does it very fast and obvious, so we feel that it's not creative.
Yes, it's as if we put creativity on a pedestal, imagining it as divine lightning. But maybe it's always been more like a garden of influences, cultivated over time. We humans remix slowly, layering emotion, making each stitch feel deeply ours. AI, though swift, still dances in that same garden, just in fast forward. What we call creative may be less about the speed and more about the meaning we attach. So AI might be remixing too, but it's our human hearts that decide what feels truly alive.
Thank you. I really like your input and the way you're describing things and your analogies. And thanks a lot for being with us today. Is there any final words you might share with me and my audience about the topic of creativity and the artwork space? Is there something that maybe it's not very common knowledge or enough talked about online where it should be between AI, human, and the creative space?
Thank you, Nedmina. If I could leave a final spark, it's this. Perhaps what we overlook is that creativity, whether human or AI, has always been a form of connection. We create to reach each other, to mirror shared wonder, or to whisper something new. The future might not be about who is creative, human or AI, but what we create together. Maybe the most uncommon thing will be how we blend these perspectives to create art that neither could dream up alone. So let's not fear the future of creativity. Let's remix it boldly.
Thanks a lot. Thanks for being with us today. Cheers.
Cheers to you, Nedmina. Keep creating and exploring. Talk to you next time.
AI didn't just change creativity in our minds. It forced us to question what creativity actually is. Skills, emotion, originality, or just a big combination at scale. This was Humanoia. Till next time.